gentlemen, Front Row Sports is now with head San Diego State coach Rocky Long. Coach, thank you for coming on and welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. My pleasure.
And now we're based out in Fresno in the Hanford Central Valley area, but as of late, the Central Valley hasn't been recruited by Fresno State. Now that's going to change with Coach Teffer, but you have a nice player, all-conference tight end, and David Wells, who was in Clovis, right in the backyard. And what's the perception like of coming into the Central Valley recruiting-wise? Because a lot of Mountain West, Pac-12, a lot of coaches are coming to the Central San Joaquin Valley now, as of late.
Well, I think they play really good high school football there. So throughout the whole state of California, we canvass every single high school. And wherever we find a good football player that fits our system on offense and defense, we try to recruit them. We don't necessarily care where they're from, but I think that's really good high school football in that area. And we were lucky enough to get a guy like David Wells to come to our place, and he's played really well for us.
And if you can allude, he's going to be a senior now. And what are the expectations? I know he's an all-conference tight end this year, selected preseason, but what do you expect out of Mr. Wells there last year?
Well, I think that's one of the positions on our team that we feel very good about. We've got an experienced guy that has played very, very well for us in the past. He's an older guy, so his size and maturity really help us. We run a pro-style offense, so he's one of the flashback tight ends. He actually has to block like an offensive lineman and then run routes like a wide receiver, and he's able to do both that. He's got really good hands, runs routes really well, but he also blocks at the line of scrimmage very well too.
Awesome. Now, one of the things that just came out today, of course, media days, San Diego State again predicted to finish on top of the West. You have 14 returners coming back, but missing a key ingredient with Mr. Pumphrey going with the Eagles now. But Pumphrey out, Rashad in. So it's not an easy transition, but I mean, you have someone in place now. But how big of a workload is it going to be for now, Rashad? I know that he's going to be the future back.
Well, last year he probably got to carry the ball anywhere to 12 to 15 times a game. Now he's going to carry it 25 to 30 times a game. And then we have a backup, Juwan Washington, that will do like he did last year. I mean, that's kind of the way we do things. Rashad's a very good running back in his own right. He has a different style than DJ Pumphrey did. But Juwan has a similar style to DJ Pumphrey. So you shouldn't see any difference. And we're happy that he stayed in because there was a lot of people suggesting that he leave early for the NFL draft. So we're lucky that he's still with us.
And not only is he a good running back, but he's one of the college football premier special teams players. So you have that in your back pocket as well. And just a all-around back, and I'm excited to watch him play. But moving forward, I know San Diego State with the stadium issue. I know you're going to have a lot of talk about the stadium issues going on at San Diego State now that the Chargers have moved on. So what is the near future looking like for San Diego State? Are they still going to be playing at Qualcomm, or how's that going to be moving forward?
Well, we're playing in Qualcomm for sure for the next 2 years.
Okay.
And there's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of discussions going on. Our athletic director, John David Wicker, is doing a good job, I think. I think everything will work out in the end, probably for the benefit of San Diego State and San Diego State football. So we're not worried.
Yeah.
We know where we're playing for the next 2 years, and then I think eventually there'll be an extension of the lease, and then I think we'll be playing in a new stadium of some sort.
Oh, that's great to hear. Now, I don't want to throw you under the bus, Coach, but you're the second oldest tenured coach in the Mountain West now, second behind Coach Calhoun at Air Force. But
how long has he been in the league?
I believe since 2008, 2007, around there?
Maybe consecutively.
Okay.
How long's he been in the league, do you know?
He's been here for a long time.
Well, that would be 9 years,
Yeah.
and I was in the league for, I
you're
think,
right.
9 or 10 years at New Mexico, and I've been in the league. So I would say
I
that
think
I've been
you're
in the league longer than he has.
Yeah. Head coaching-wise at San Diego State.
Okay.
But how is that, especially in the western side, there's, I believe, three new head coaches this year.
Three brand new head coaches,
And then last year we had a couple. Coach Sanchez at UNLV, this is going into his third year. So you're like the alpha male, but you're the alpha male where you built something in San Diego State where it is where everyone's trying to catch up now, especially Fresno State. They're looking at San Diego State. How do you feel about finally having that product there where you're getting the recruits you want to recruit? I mean, it's a hard recruiting battle, but you're getting most of your guys that you're keeping an eye on. How has that helped you? Winning Mountain West championships. How's that going for you at San Diego State?
Well, number one, you don't win championships unless you have good players.
Right.
So our coaches have done a great job of evaluating talent, and then our assistant coaches have done a really good job of recruiting in order to give us that kind of athletic ability at all the different positions on our offense and defense. So right now things are going pretty good. Now we got a lot of new energy, especially on the western side with new coaches and all that.
Yeah.
Their teams will play hard. Their teams will play excited. They'll be out to get us. So it's going to be harder than most people think.
Now, a couple other things too. San Diego State was mentioned, as a possible Big 12 expansion. What's your view on the total landscape with college football, predominantly on the just the Mountain West with the Big 12? Excuse me. Is that going to happen? Do you think the expansion is going to happen within the next 3 to 5 years?
I'm not sure exactly when the TV contracts come up with the Big 12 or the Southeast Conference, but the next time those TV contracts come up, there's going to be some movement. I don't know exactly what it'll be, but there'll be some movement. Yeah.
Now, do you think the stadium issues are impacting San Diego State's chances to maybe move to the Big 12?
No, I don't think that. I think that'll all be settled by the time the TV contracts have run out.
The people running the American Conference are trying to vouch for the American to be the next power group, Power 6, if you will. Do you think the Mountain West could elevate itself to possibly be up there with the if they go to a Power 6?
I think that there's more chances of the 5 power leagues expanding now than adding another league.
Gotcha. And before we let you go, Coach, San Diego State, Fresno State has this rivalry. Just recently, they got the oil can. Is 2017 is the oil can staying in San Diego?
Well, that's our plan, but I'm sure that's not Fresno State's plan.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.